welcome to Going Native with me, Neil Stokes. This is the interview series where I talk to Catalans but in English. And today my guest is a person who lives in both Barcelona and in India, Pablo Castells. Welcome to the program. So we're going to talk about both those aspects of your life today. You've got the Catalan side, you've got the Indian side, and where they both meet. You're the founder of an NGO, yeah. Streets of India, which we'll talk about a little bit later. You'll tell us about that. Okay. You're also a lawyer based in Barcelona and so on. Tell us a little bit about your work then and how the two sides combine.
So first of all, thanks for inviting me, Neil. So this adventure starts in 2004. Being a lawyer in Spain, I was a humanitarian work lover, and I wanted to have a different volunteer experience. I traveled to Kolkata, India, in the northeast of India, in 2004, and I was joining as a volunteer of Mission of Charity congregation. And after that year, so I started to involve in social work.
Because that was the famous Mother Teresa's one you were telling me before.
Yes, the Mother Teresa congregation, yes.
Was she still alive when you were there then, or not?
No. When I talk about Mother Teresa, her spirit was there.
Yeah.
Her soul was there. I was working with the congregation. Right. So I started to work with the inmates that they have, this congregation had for all the sick people and poor people in the shelters of Kolkata, of Mission of Charity. And then Neil, I started my experience there, and it was great. So this affected so much.
What was it about the work itself that you liked so much, that attracted you, that made you want to continue?
I wanted to learn about India. It's an amazing place. It's a country so totally different about our experience in Western culture, and I love that people. I wanted to know about the social work. Also, I wanted to travel all over India. I wanted to learn about the NGOs, and finally, after this knowledge, during 5 years knowing about near 50 international and local NGOs, I wanted to create Streets of India.
Yeah, and so Streets of India was born. Well, as I said, I would like to talk a little bit more about the organisation and what it does and all of that. But first, tell us a little bit about India. Obviously, you love it. You fell in love with it. You've mentioned a number of aspects of the people, the travel, etc. Tell us a little bit about India from your point of view. What type of country is it? Because it's one of those countries that we feel we know, but we don't really know unless you've been there. I imagine it's a very strange country for us, culturally and so on. Tell us a little bit about India and why you like it.
So, India, really has many things that you can be totally affected. So people is so nice, people is so open. Also, you can meet there different cultures, different religions. So in India, we are talking about 1.3 billion people.
That's amazing.
Yes, in the world we are 7 billion people, and the 20% of the globe, they are in India. The other 20% are in China. And also you can visit, so in a term of experience trip, it's a good place because you can see, you can meet, a huge spiritual experience. You can also visit temples. You can be in the huge cities, Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, cities of about 20 million people. And what I learned from these people is many things. So the spirituality is there, about religions, about all the NGOs that I've known during this time, and also from my professional way, working as a lawyer, as a business advisor. Also, I recommend to many Spanish companies that they go there for investing. So I'm working as I explained you before, so part-time as the founder of this NGO, taking care about the poor people from the street, especially children and women and disabled people. But also I'm working as a businessman.
Tell us about that a little bit. How are you helping these? So if we've got presumably these Spanish companies, do they want to invest in India, open up in India? Do they come to you, or do you find them? And what advice do you give them, and how do you help them?
So my first experience in India was through the social work. But after 15 years going there and traveling and living and having a flat there and driving in the streets of Delhi.
That's an adventure, I imagine.
Yes, totally. I'm so proud.
On a motorbike?
motorbike. Yes, I have a
wow.
Yamaha, a model, Indian model, so nice.
Right.
And also an old 60s car is Ambassador Classic. No,
Okay,
I drive this.
Is it as dangerous as it looks?
Yes, it's totally
crazy
experience. And this thing, and so I know very well how Indian people are, So I know also the language. So the Hindi is one of the 28 official languages, but also they have 4,500 languages, we can say, so tribal languages, dialects. But the most important thing is to know how Indian people think. I try it, and I'm so proud to understand what is in the bottom of the brain of an Indian fellow.
And that's what the information Catalan companies need the most, because so that they can communicate with them in
yes. When we reach there, so for them we are like aliens. And also, if we start to talk with them when they are here, also can happen with the behavior that we have here in front of the business and in human relations, and how the cultural protocols are totally different there, no? And what I'm trying to do also with my NGO is try to deal with these kind of difficulties.
Yeah, and sort of build bridges between the two things. And so, what sort of, why is India such a good place to do business now then? The economy is booming.
India is increasing. It's increasing a lot. It's about 7% of each year increase 7%. Now in Spain we are about 2-3%. So India is everything that you can do it in India. If you can do it if you face in a proper way, would be totally successfully. But there is something that you need, is some patience. Patience is basic in India, and also in terms of business, you need to have some financial funds over there.
Yeah. And of course, India, we always, I think, imagine India as being a poor country. They focus so much on the poverty and so much exists. But in fact, it's actually a very rich country now in the world, and becoming richer and richer all the time. So it truly is a country of contrasts. I mean, it's always been that, but even more so now maybe than before, no? Because you were telling me before, no, that you've got the wealth, ostentatious wealth, next to total poverty, next to each other, living side by side, no?
Yes.
Well, with the NGO, I imagine you're spending more of your time with the other aspect, the people who need the help. So tell us what sort of people you're helping over there.
I like Neil to be in both worlds, because I strongly believe that if we can transform the environment, if we can change the system, we should do it from the system, so inside the system. So I'm a lawyer, I study law in Barcelona, I have an office in Barcelona, also New Delhi. I'm doing this work because I earn my money from my business, not from my NGO. I'm just a simple volunteer that I founded the streets of India. And this also helps me to understand the other thing. And also, some of the companies that I assist, that I advise, also they also have shown their interest to support the NGO work. And also it's two words that I would like to keep very close to me. The work that basically we are doing with the Streets of India, we develop communities that they are living in very bad conditions. So especially right now we are helping about 500 people. All of them, they are children, they are women, and also they are disabled people. Some of them, they are orphanages. And what we do, we support from Spain. We get money, we get funds, and always with our Indian counterpart, so we work together and we give one hand to each other, and okay, let's see how we can resolve this problem, how we can solve, how we can reduce the poverty. Especially, we are focused in education, because the education, our educational programs are our main tools to change this thing. So right now we are focusing in a group of people, of children, they are from 5 to 15 years. So most of them, their parents, because they are coming from a poor background from Tamil Nadu, from south of India, they don't know how important since is the education. This is something tremendous when you face this kind of problem, because you have to try to convince them how important is that they can take the children to our school.
Okay.
Okay? And if these children, they understand this thing, would be great. Our work is done. Okay, with the next generation, we are not going to have the same problem, because so we have checked, they have checked, so how able they are, if they read the proper books, if they have the proper ambient with the teachers, with the students, everything.
And so can you give us a few examples of the projects and activities that you're actually doing, to give us an example of the type of things you're doing with these young people and women?
With these people, with these 100 children, they are coming from the slum community. Slum, we can say, so also we have the favelas in Brazil.
Yeah,
so
those
in
very,
India,
very poor areas, the ghetto areas, no?
To give you just a briefing of some figures, Neil, so 1 million people of the population of Delhi, that would be 20 million, 1 million, they live in these conditions.
Yeah.
They live in the slums. And there are about 6,400 slums in Delhi. So we are just in the, when you reach Delhi, you cannot, or you can, when you face this situation, so you cannot go to all of them, you, step by step. Now we are focusing one slum. We are giving free education for a community of about 200 families, and we have select now at the moment 100 children. We are giving them the proper education. We have a sponsor from Spain, and they are covering with 15 euros per month. It means so 180 per year and 40 cents of euro per day. With this, we are giving free education for the children. So we have 2 classes, this thing. This one what we are doing with the children. Also, we are focused in women's. We train them. We train the woman that they will learn from us, with our support and our response support. They are getting the enough knowledge to work as a tailors, for example, or they can manage a beauty salon. This 2 kind of.
Yeah, I was watching a video of some doing training for beauty salon. Well, they always say, no, that one of the key things in improving societies with poverty like this is to target the women. Because if you free the women up and you give them an education and you give them independence, well, then all the rest of it follows, no?
Yes, Neil, we are focused to train them, we want to educate them, and also we involve them. So there is something that is dignity. Also, of course, they have dignity. They are poor, but they have dignity. Also, our children, our women, our even disabled, we are working with cerebral paralysis, so patients, and also autism, also they support us. Yeah. So we have discovered, just watching them, that they have enough skills to develop some artistic item that we take from India, we sell here.
And you can sell it here.
Yes, and the money goes for them. No, this is something great. Also to help to improve their dignity. No?
How do they respond to you? Because there is an element to NGOs sometimes of charities, etc. Of these white Westerners coming in into my country, I suppose, and saying, right, now do this, and saving me because I can't save myself. It must be really difficult to make sure you don't offend that sense of independence, because you are in their country. You're helping, but you're in their country. That's not your country. Yes. How do you handle that? How do they respond to that?
Yes, so they respond well because we respect a lot Indian people. So as I told you, I started to work as a professional NGO, but after 5 years working with them, trying to understand what are their needs, what they want to do. There is something that we asked from the beginning. I don't know if the rest of NGOs they are doing, but it's a very simple question is, do you need our help? It's just because most of the NGOs, as you perfectly said, they come there, they reach Delhi, they reach many places, many other countries, they start to do the work, but they didn't ask the main question, do you need our help? Yeah. So what we are doing, always we work with our counterparts. So what they execute everything. They are going so we promote that the Indian people help the Indian people. We are just covering some needs, and we take the hand from our partner, and they take also our hand and we work together, always with extremely respect to all these things.
Yeah, because you were
It's
telling me
very
before,
important.
no, about how the structure of you have 3 centres at the moment, and you were saying how they're structured, and that the majority of the people working are actually locals.
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
so many volunteers. They're just in more sort of coordination positions and so on and things, and maybe.
Of course, here we have some volunteers. They manage social net. They help us. They support from Barcelona also for raising funds. Most of the funds that we get, they are from the Spanish population, Catalan population. So we need some structure here to promote, to do all the advocacy and fundraising.
Yeah.
But there, most of our people, they are Indians.
Yeah.
We have teachers, we have doctors, we have managing directors. So this is what we need, no? These people to develop this program.
Absolutely. And another interesting thing you were telling me about a little bit before, which I'd like to know more about, is that from Barcelona, you also organise trips to India. Now, how are your trips that you organise different from a trip I might get from a travel agent?
Yes, this initiative is called India with Heart, India con Corazón. .org is one initiative that pretends to involve a Spanish population that they want to know India, but from a different perspective. We want that their experience in India so deeply. We want also sustainable travels.
Yeah.
We want social trips. We don't involve the travelers as volunteers of our projects. They just visit our projects. We also combine funny thing and funny experience with the family, also alone with the girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, no? Or maybe alone. So the travelers, they have a direct experience with the local people. Also, we try that they can know also the rural areas.
Yeah.
Also, they can know how are, for example, the situation of the elephants in India.
Okay.
Because of the tourism, elephants are not treated so well. We explain, and we promote that our travelers, they visit where they are, resting and everything. Also, for example, in Delhi, we promote the city tour of Delhi. The driver is a woman. We want to promote this change also, no, from the beginning, no, and you can enjoy India in a different way. When you come back to Spain, so you have feel India really, no, because most of the time, because of our experience, some people they go to India, like in a standard travel agency, but they are not in India. They are in 5-star hotels. They are only with good drivers, good cars, but they don't really know.
And India seems to me to be one of those places where there are some places you can do that. No, you can get on the coach and go to the Louvre in Paris and see it, and then go to a restaurant where the locals don't eat, and that's fine. But India is one of those countries where you need to get to see the real thing.
You need to feel the taste. You need to go to the markets to eat there.
Because that's what it has to offer, no? That radically different experience that you can't find here, for example. And
we promote if someone wants to drive in India, we teach them how to drive. And even we have a tour in Himalayas. So with Royal Enfield, with Mother Enfield is one of the most important Indian motorbikes. So this kind of experience is what they want. Especially people, they don't want, they want to disconnect. They want to rest, but they want something different from the country that they are coming.
So tell us, because we're going to be finishing soon, but tell us a little bit. Well, we need to put the streets of India. So what is the next? What's coming next for your foundation, for your NGO? Where are you going next? Where's your plans?
So now we are in a moment that we need funds for all these things.
Yeah.
We have to increase our funds because at this moment we have a sponsor. Of these 100 children that we are focused, we have a sponsor 70 of them. We need 30 more, with the amount of 15 euros per month that I explained you. But also we need volunteers. We need people that they can give a donation. We need institutions that this social responsibility from the corporate companies. No, also I'm trying to do with my work. So try to promote this. Also, most of the companies they also want to be involved in social projects. Also, they want to send some of the workers to do some volunteer work.
And the people watching, if they wanted to help or get involved, what should they do?
So there's something so easy. For example, if they can promote our work through something that is very easy, and also we can do it with our right hand is, to promote in social net what we are doing.
Yeah.
Or also, so address to us, so let's be close to us. They can knock our door of Streets of India. They can ask, what can I do? So they can translate text, they can promote what we're doing, they can give us with money with their companies, they can visit our project. Also, they can go as a travelers with India with Heart, because part of this amount will go directly to the children and to our inmates. So
all of that, the first port of call, first place to look, I imagine, is on your website.
Yes.
Which is?
Yes, streetsofindia.org.
Okay,
They can,
Streets
of India.
Yeah. So when are you going back?
So next week.
Next week.
And especially going with my mother, I especially happy this time, because I would like, she's also involved with my project from the last 2 years, and I would like to explain directly, what she's doing from Barcelona for our project. I would like that she can.
Has she never been before?
Yes, she has been 2 times, but also we have increased. The last time she was in 2009, I think, but we have increased, and I would like to update her about everything.
Excellent. Well, best of luck with the trip. Hope she enjoys herself, and thanks very much for coming on, Pablo. It's been great listening to that. And I hope people check out your NGO, and the best of luck in the future. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
This is going to be Neil Stokes. See you next week. Great, thanks, Pablo.